Hi there, it's me, Epsilon Eridani. Welcome back to Pokemon Academy Life Forever. And we are almost at the end of the second week. Let's get on with it then. I suppose I have some social stuff I can do. Okay, Rosa, so let's do Rosa next. And she's here. I remembered Rosa was an actor. So let's see. While walking around Inspira City, you suddenly hear a loud hubbub coming from around the corner. What's happening here? Hi, Rosa here. Yep, thank you so much all of you. I really can't thank you enough for your support. You suddenly spy Rosa, desperately dashing between a multitude of people who all seem to be clamoring for her attention. She signs autographs, notebooks, one young boy's shorts. Okay. Wait. Is this a reference to the youngster in Pokemon Red and Blue who says, "Hi, I like shorts, they are comfy and easy to bear"? Which is like a clunky translation. In Japanese it sounded natural, but when they did it in English, it ended up kind of funny. Anytime you step outside, you're going to have people clamoring for your attention. Well, you know, they are super rich, so I'm not feeling too bad about it, honestly. Oh, that's... It looks like she just saw me and... Alright everyone, sorry a bit early, but the show's over. Got a big night of filming, so I really have to get my shopping done before then. Bodyguard, mind clearing a path? Bodyguard? Really? Me? Who would buy that? Okay, you're decently built, Red, but you're right. You're too young to be a bodyguard, probably. Huh. Well, she is convincing. Right. Now, what would a bodyguard say in this situation? Right you are, miss. You've got an appointment with the director of movies. Okay, Red, you fucked up already. With the director of movies. Yeah. Exactly. And I am the president of the bank.
I resign today as president of the bank.
Okay, this is quite a piece of art, I must say. She's a professional actor, and when you see a shitty acting like that, yeah, I would agree, yeah. Hey, that guy's not actually a bodyguard. Yeah, he's just a crappy actor. Yeah, just indescribably bad, actually. Hey guys, alright, he's not my bodyguard, but he is going to help me shop, so say goodbye to your favorite Rosa and tune in for my next movie, Broken Bird, coming to theaters with near you soon. I love you guys too, but I really need to leave now. It takes another 10 minutes for Rosa to successfully disperse the crowd. You do your best to move them away as well. I do? Oh, okay. Phew, that was fun! I imagine it gets exhausting though. Nah, I'm totally used to it. Yeah, that's true, you'll... If you've done this from, I don't know, childhood, since you're 18 you probably must have, then you already know what to do, right? So, yeah, good. Oh, it's becoming instinct. I actually meant to say yes, very, but I'm so good at lying. I guess I've gotten to the point where I can't stop. Okay, that's disconcerting. If you cannot distinguish between reality and fantasy, then you're in a big trouble and you need psychological help, Rosa. Wait. Oh! That's a super fun idea for a character. I need to text this to manager. Like the heroine is forced to only tell lies, it'll probably work as a romantic comedy. Okay. Although, depending on how we played out, we could probably have it work as a horror. Okay, that's not that's not your domain. You're an actor, not a script writer. I mean, you can like some broad strokes to propose to people, like the script writer, but yeah, just okay. Of course, there are actors who have successfully transitioned to directing, but for now, just concentrate on acting, Rosa, and also Pokémon battling, right? Maybe we'll cut into the different ways. Release the horrorverse in the East markets and comedyverse in Western markets. What did I just say, Rosa? First of all, that's not even directing thing. This is like a marketing thing. You cannot micromanage stuff. You cannot do directing, acting, and marketing. That's too much for one person. So, you're involved in the writing of your movies as well? Well, probably yes, involved, but like a consultant, more or less. That's what she's comfortable acting, right? If there's like pretty shitty stuff she needs to do, like in Lars von Trier's movies, then she would be like, nah, I'm not doing that. Then, you know. Some of them usually just up to the ideation stage, though. Ideation. Yeah, I was slightly confused about this word. So, but I'm not sure if it's a real word, but it sounds like conceptualizing. Maybe. Okay, I'll check the dictionary. Okay. Thank you, Rosa. Yeah, that's the first class making a movie. Ideation is the stage where we think up what the script will be. Yeah, it's called a log line. After that is writing, pre-marketing, shooting, post-marketing, market research, and don't forget the merchandise. Lots of markets there. Are you going to have a degree in economy in addition to Pokémon Trainer, Master Pokémon Trainer with Bachelor? Yeah, the business side of my industry gets pretty intense. I'm pretty lucky that I get to just work on movies I want to, though. Yeah, but isn't that normal? You wouldn't sign a contract which says, yeah, I can act in any shitty movie you want, whatever. Right? A lot of actors don't get to do that. They are doing just coffee commercial for 10 years and they are too old to be leading ladies. Huh. How did you avoid that? Money! Oh, it's got a long and boring story. Plus, you can read the whole thing in pretty much any of my Wikipedia pages. You sure you want to hear it? Yeah, I mean, Wikipedia is not written by you. It's written by some of your fans, which base it on some secondary sources, like gossip magazines. I would like to hear it from you directly. You know, there might be errors in there. You need to shop right. Why don't you tell me while we do that? No, I don't need to shop at all. Actually, manage has people do it for me. Yeah, that's what, when you're a superstar, you don't have to do a shit. You can just enjoy life. When you're not working, of course. But, yeah. Plus, it's difficult for me to figure out what I'm even allowed to... What do you mean? What do you mean you're allowed to buy? What the fuck? What is this dictatorship? Wait, are you in like Britney Spears agreement that you're not able to do anything like breathe without permission? What is this shit? Most things are off limits for me, since buying them could be seen as transaction endorsement. I'm struggling to find the words here. Okay, it's kind of funny, like 5 minutes ago I was like, no, I don't feel bad for her. She's super rich. And she can make all her problems go away with money. Okay, but this exploitative agreement makes me feel actually a little bit bad. It sounds like the guy who negotiated your contract has to be fired, because this is already extremely unreasonable. And you're like, I don't know, if you want to eat a hamburger and if it's not on the sponsor list or whatever, you can't. Or you have to order a bodyguard to buy it. This makes absolutely no sense to me that you can own a person in this kind of degree. And I know, yes, I know Britney Spears stuff, which is poly, but I'm surprised they are taking it in this direction here. Damn, Rose. Forgive me for asking, but how do you even live like this? It sounds like you're not allowed to breathe air. Okay, Red, you and me, we understand each other, Red. That hasn't been approved by Pokestar Studios. Oh, it's not a hassle, there aren't that many rules, I can... Yeah, I did again. Okay, no characters, just Rosa. It's pretty hard sometimes, but I also get to do the best job ever, so I think it's fair trade-off. If it ever became too much, I could just leave. Okay, I get it. This reasoning. It's the same thing as science. It's very hard to be a scientist, but like she says, it's also the best job ever. So the hardships are more or less fair trade-off, but less. I won't say it's fair. And in also your case, Rosa, it's not fair trade-off, in my opinion. You really love being an actress then. I couldn't begin to imagine a better job. I love everything about it. The fame, the attention, the money. I was kinda expecting you to say something more noble. No, but I mean, those are fair points, as long as you don't destroy the earth while being an actress. Sure, why not? As long as you pay your fucking taxes. More noble? Maybe a little bit. Ha! I was going to be noble, I would have become a firefighter instead of just playing on a heartburn. Of course, you know, if interviewers ask me why I do it, I'll say it because I want to leave something for next generation, but... I mean, have you seen my films? Every actor says they're doing it for the kids, but I'm not sure you want kids watching my movies. Wait a second. So you're lying to your interviewers. You want to leave something for next generation, but that's a lie, right? Okay, I'm slightly disappointed, you, Rosa. If you don't want to answer the question, just dodge it, please. Don't lie, just refuse to answer or answer to some other question instead. Or even better, say, oh, I answer this question a little bit later, but not right now. Or something like that. You're making me lose my respect for you. I did watch one of your films actually. Leaf recommended I watch Provoked. She said it was required for cultural literacy. Well, you know, Leaf is not an authority on cultural literacy. She's just authority of Leaf. And maybe some teenage girls. Oh wow, she's a really hardcore fan then, with a strong stomach. I wonder how she even got a copy. A person organization started buying them up to destroy them last I heard. That's extremely stupid thing. Are you serious, Rosie? Okay, this is so ridiculous. You are pulling my leg here, right? This is a joke. Please tell me this is a joke. Okay, but this is last I heard, so this is hearsay. It's difficult for me to show with my voice alone how exceedingly idiotic thing this is. Number 1. Freedom of speech. It's not illegal to make a shitty movie, or I don't know, movie dealing with controversial themes, if it's not shitty. Number 2. It's parents' responsibility to not allow their children to watch a movie which is above their age limit. And also movie theaters, so that they don't let underage people inside the cinemas. And also the shops, if you buy the DVD or Blu-ray, then you should not be able to buy it without identification which shows your age, right? the way that you're doing, that you spend money buying them and destroy them, you know who loses, who wins. The production company wins because they get the money from buying them, and they are like, oh, this is making so much money, and the DVDs are out of stock, we have to make more. And then the parents organization has to buy more, continuously. Making it a feedback loop, and in the end they're like, oh my, we made so much money, we have to make a sequel, and all this starts again. I wouldn't be surprised if this was actually a thing somewhere in the world that happened, but I like to think that this is just made up. But then I'm also disappointed in the Pokémon world in this visual novel, that if you have exceedingly stupid decisions made in this way, it makes me feel like adults are stupid and teenagers are just slightly less stupid. Yeah, about that. That one scene that caused controversy, could they just made 2 cuts, like the director's cut, which contains this controversial scene, and I don't know, a theatrical cut, or I don't know, parents cut, or something like that, without the controversial scene. Yep, it was prosthetic. What? Your boobs? Or what are you talking about? Oh, phew. Anyway, I don't want kids watching that for obvious reasons. That's one thing those parents got right. Yeah, I mean... yeah, I'm at a loss of words how stupid this whole shenanigan is. Just don't let your children watch the movie then, it's that simple. And nobody loses money, except the production company, but they are already rich anyway. So this is kind of a weird question. Tell me if I'm getting too personal. You are? Okay, I withdraw my question, but why are you at Kobukan? It seems like everything about your time here is really restricting, and you're not getting the same experience as other students, so why come? What makes you think she's not getting the same experience? She's socializing with me and the others, she's in the classes, she's battling, I think. And second of all, we can kind of infer why would he come. She thinks there must be a backup plan if her acting career doesn't work out. And she has already shown some kind of interest in marketing and directing, so for that she would probably need some kind of degree. Well, that's kind of connected to how I became an actress. Oh shucks, guess you do have to tell me a full story then. Oh well, it kind of happened on accident. I was just a regular registered Pokémon trainer 5 years ago. I was going on my adventure, I even got a gym badge. Wait, 5 years ago? Aren't you 20? Yeah, but Unova lets you become a trainer earlier. Huh. Neat. How much earlier? Depends on the city. Rift Valley 6-year-olds have Pokémon, but they're kind of national embarrassment. Okay. But Rift Vale has the best background music of all the cities. Anyway, I got my badge and was just about to face Roxy, the Verbank City gym leader, but she'd had some sort of big argument with her dad, so I had to go patch that over for them. Bye. Roxy's pretty intense rocker. When she gets angry, the only way to get it out of her system is to let her play her music for a few hours. I couldn't wait for that long, so I tracked down her dad. Well, as it happened, her dad was a freak with extra Pokéstar studios. He'd just got his first starring lore and... Eesh, that's bad. He wasn't going to win any Pokies, I'll tell you that much. What, you mean like Oscars? He actually handled the disaster that was his first movie with dignity, like he was really good about it. Anyway, I just happened to be in the area with a director who I think was a bit frantic to get people to forget Pop Roxy's movie, grabbed me and asked if I wanted to be a star. Oh. Yeah, not a good start, is it? But I didn't have to do anything weird. They were actually shooting a music video there for Pierce's song, Black to a White Do. Hehe, okay. I know what you did there. They just wanted me to stand in the background, put a bunch of people on the internet saw my hair and wanted to know who I was. Your hair? Yeah, you have a eccentric hairstyle with your Princess Leia buns. Yeah, it's kind of my trademark. I always felt like this even before I became known for wearing it like this. Huh. What was the original reason? That's a secret, and you won't find that on any of my wiki pages either. Oh, mysterious. Anyway, I was about to go back to Vermont and challenge Roxy. The music video only took 3 days to shoot, but there were a few other jobs for extras at the studios, and since I was on set, they just rehired me. And by the time those expositions were done with, Pierce's band's video page just drowned in comments about Yankee buns. Well, Mr. D.O., the director, wanted to capitalize on my popularity, so he put me in a couple of our videos and I did a few longer form documentaries. Luckily, as I became more popular, I lost the Yankee Bus nickname, but my Galarian fans still call me that mostly. I try not to go to Galar too often. Anyway, after that I started getting bigger and bigger roles, and well, now it's like this. It's Rosa, world famous star, stealer farts and putter of butts in seats. And that's my story. But for real, the people on my wikis do a much better job of telling it. I think the mods and movie wiki are all English PhDs. That's hearsay. I refuse to acknowledge this. No, but it's cool to hear it from a source. Anyway, does it answer your question? Actually, it answered pretty much every question except the one I asked. Why are you here at Kobukan? You have explained how you got started as an actress, but if anything that just makes me wonder why you're trying to become a trader even more. It's kinda embarrassing to admit it, but I didn't mean to become so famous and get all this attention, money and movies and stuff. It was kind of an accident. You know, it's easy. If you want to get cancelled, just do some controversial stuff and the people will start disliking you and then you will not get any more attention. Maybe it's silly of me, but in my head I still think of myself as a trainer first, actress second. This whole world famous star thing is just a side quest, a scene that will be cut in the biography of my life. Okay. Wow. Now I'm not sure that, that I can actually be a trader. I'm very out of practice. You, in gym class, were the first fight I've had in a long time where you were generally trying to beat me. What, your fans don't try to beat you? They're like, oh, if she beats me, then she will become my girlfriend. I don't know. Honest, I was kinda surprised when I hit your Pokémon and they didn't fly back dramatically on invisible wires. I was so used to pretending to be a trainer that... Well, I'm here to Kobuka because I want to find out for myself if I still can be a trainer. Okay, so childhood dream. That's very admirable and good thing for you to do. Nice. Or if I just flip the script and have to play this new role forever now. Which wouldn't be a bad thing, of course. I'm a third famous actress. You're never going to hear me complain about that. It would just be so awesome if I could be both brilliant trainer and a famous actress. Yeah, just like Bruce Wayne, who's a famous socialite and also a superhero, right? Well, we know it's possible. Yeah, Dianta's a huge idol of me. I'd die if I could meet her someday. Actually, I got into psychic types because of her Mega Gardevoir. I'd say that's probably the most iconic Pokémon in the world. No, I disagree. The most iconic Pokémon is Pikachu. Everybody knows who is Pikachu, but like dear viewer, your grandmother knows what is Pikachu, but she doesn't know what are other Pokémon, like Gardevoir. Okay, come on Rosa, be real. Yes, I've got one more question then, and I don't think the wiki will answer this one for me. Are you single? Oh yeah, I think the guys in wiki here know me better than I know myself, but go ahead! If you don't actually come out here to shop, why did you come out here? For attention, of course, duh. Oh, I was trying to get away from my fans. There's a big group of them back in campus and... Okay, so opposite of attention, but... Okay. Rose, you realize that was a very stupid move, because of the population density increases when you go to the city. Right? I love them of course and everything they do, but every time I meet one they act like it's the most important day of their life. I don't know, really nothing special, and I'm not in front of green screen. But I also don't want to ruin their mental image of me, so... Sometimes it's just nice to get lost in the crowd once in a while. I don't know, you could wear a large trench coat and let your hair down so nobody can identify your buns. Looks like you didn't do too well this time though. It would probably be easier to blend in if I wore my hair differently. Yeah, like I said. But that's just not happening. Okay, then enjoy the attention, I guess. I bet your hair is the source of your powers. If your hair is cut, you lose your ability to act right. Haha, maybe. Actually, my hair is pretty heavily insured. I think the studio actually does think my hair is the source of my power. You know, you can have hair implants, right? That, like a wig, they are not real, but you can just click them to your cap. If there's a situation, you can do it like that, right? That will mess with the time skip design we had planned for Baroka Bird, but they can probably cut it out in post. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's yeah. Hey, you know Leaf. Oh yeah, she's that big fan of mine, right? Yeah. Would it be alright if I told her about this conversation? I think she'd be really interested in hearing a personal story like this. Oh, go ahead, thanks for asking. A lot of people think they can just tell anyone any part of a public figure's life. I mean, they can. I mean, okay, not your inner circle, of course, because there are people who you trust, right? But others, but do you trust? No, you cannot trust me. We just met. No. In any way, cool. Later you will tell Leaf about this encounter. Though it's a story she heard before, she grills you on the details for hours. You gain 3 points with Leaf. Okay, but this scoring happens in the future, right? Hey, is it cool if I ask you a question? Sure, be my guest. But what could a star like you want to ask about like me? He wants to know me better, of course. Okay, let's see, Leaf is at 90 out of 30, that's a lot. When you pretend to be my bodyguard, I've never seen someone so bad at acting. It's like you conveyed the idea that you were trying to trick people into thinking you were a bodyguard way more than you did the idea that you actually were one. Hey, kind of offended. I was playing a role I had absolutely no rehearsal for. What would you even make you think I could pretend to be a bodyguard anyway? Well, you're tall, fit, you got a ferocious attack Pikachu on your heels. Ferocious attack Pikachu. Yep. Well, I guess I'm just really bad at acting. I could give lessons? Really? Why? Of all the things your manager could not let you do, that feels like it makes the most sense. Well, I might not be allowed to technically. Okay, look, then don't give an official lesson, just just let's call the lesson like a meeting or hanging out with friends. It's not official, so your manager can fuck off, basically. I just like talking with you. Yeah, exactly. Just talk then. You don't freak out over me, which is actually pretty rare, pretty cool too. Maybe I'll start freaking as I watch one of your movies. Hope not. I gotta say that you're pretty bad at getting away from your fans. Huh? Because at some point during this conversation you turned me into one. Hope that doesn't ruin anything. Okay, Red. That was kinda smooth, I must admit. Your jokes are usually pretty shitty, but this was smooth. Not at all, as long as you're not the weird kind of fan who obsesses over my feet. Okay. As far as I can tell, I don't have a foot thing. And anyway, you don't have feet in your sprite either. So that's gonna be a no. Then welcome to the show, fanboy. Your heart shifts as you feel your relationship with Rose evolve from friend to fanboy. Okay, so we are better than friends. Okay, I kinda wanna know what's going on with Hilda and Hilbert. I know Hilbert doesn't want to socialize with me, so I cannot get EXP with him. But okay, let's try her female counterpart, Hilda. Where is she? Okay. Yes. Okay, nice. I don't have a lot of numbers in my phone, do I? I should probably see if I can get more numbers next week. Wait, is this... It feels like the game is calling me on about my shitty social skills. Should I have more telephone numbers at this point normally? So much to do. Studying, training, making friends, running for student council, trying to get a battle team. Yeah, and what did I tell you, Red? What did I tell you a long time ago? There's too much stuff. Absolutely too much. If this was me, the Epsilon Eridani in real life, I couldn't do it. Where's the time for my hobbies? If I want to play a visual novel, how could I fit it in my timetable here? No, if I had to do it all, I would be sleeping like 4 hours a day or something like that. Not to mention figuring out how to pay school, reporting to Sam about Frenergy, figuring out what Heki does with Tia. No, this... No, and no. Reporting to Sam stuff is not something you need to worry about. It's his thing, and Tia is doing her thing. You are burdening yourself. I would almost say, Red, you are self-sabotaging your effort. You are trying to do everything here, and it means that you are able to accomplish nothing because you have to stop everything halfway because of burnout. I already know that's gonna happen. Well, I knew Kubuka was gonna show me through at light speed. I signed up for this. Well, okay, let's take Nessa again. Yeah. Whatever. Man, being at Kobuka's my dream, but I definitely didn't hate Mondays until I got here. Better pull myself out of bed. 3rd week. Alright, here we go. Good morning, Epsilon Eridani. Hey, Kalem, you're early. Campaign stuff? Quite. I'm actually just returning from the lunch hall where Serena and I were doing an early morning Q&A. What the fuck? Are there people in university who, before the lecture start, wake up, have their breakfast, and then attend to student council information session where they listen what the student council prospectors are going to do, and then they have the whole day full of lectures and so on. When do these guys sleep? I'm just amazed that there's enough energy for you guys doing all this. And it seems like nobody's able to relax. This is almost like a meat grinder of university. I must say, I'm surprised to see how seriously you took my advice. Very well done. Thanks, I guess, but I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah. Please, don't be modest. I suppose I shouldn't have doubted your drive. Yeah, what he says. I'm not being modest, and I absolutely have no idea what you're talking about. Have you been drinking, Callum? What is this? Oh, did you put campaign posters up yesterday all over the school? No, I don't think so. Campaign posters? I just hung out with some friends, did some trainings, studied a bit. Well, I didn't do some. Oh, actually, I did. I did beat the guy with Team Rocket. It's normal Sunday stuff. Posters probably would have been better use of my time, come to think of it. No, they wouldn't. The student council stuff is bullshit. Just forget it. Well, that's odd. What's up? I think you had better take a look at this. That's a cliche. Like, when someone says you better take a look at this, instead of just telling them what they'd better take a look at. Okay, Ethan, go away. I don't need you to point out the cliches. This meta humor is kind of strange. Happens all the time in the movies. Yeah, go away. Hi, well, I'm not doing it for dramatic tension. I just find it difficult to explain exactly what I saw. Okay, I get it, Caleb. And Ethan, you don't get it. Dude, you do have to get up for class. And second of all, it's his class. You're not his mom or dad. It's his own responsibility. Who cares if he misses class? Come on. Girl, give me a second to get changed color and then I follow you wherever you saw this thing.